Are you experiencing symptoms of imbalances? Well, welcome tonight on episode 40 of Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show. Can you believe that? Episode 40. So it's been almost a year now. We started last April, and tonight is our 40th episode. So thank you so much for joining us. We're happy to have you here. I'm Michele Wildflower, the founder and alchemist for Nature's Mysteries Apothecary. I'm also the Director of Education for Nature's Mysteries Academy of Holistic Health. And today we're talking about imbalances, feeling unbalanced or off in some way, when sometimes you have that feeling that something is off balance, but you just kind of can't put your finger on it sometimes. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't because the imbalance has such an overall effect on your whole body that it's actually hard to pinpoint where exactly it originates. Type yes in the comments if you can understand this feeling and looking for something other than what your doctor is offering you to correct those imbalances, because a lot of times medications that we take can cause imbalances in our body too. It might help one thing, but then it could cause an interference with another thing. So you might be experiencing symptoms of imbalances. Your body might be trying to give you messages or hint somewhere where the imbalance is, but sometimes we really need to try to tune in order to hear it. Unless it's something that is like really obvious, it might be hard to figure out where the imbalance originates. Sometimes you can't deny where it originates, right? Because if it's like an extreme pain somewhere in your back or your shoulder or something like that, you might think that you know where the imbalance originates, but knowing that our internal organs don't have any pain fibers on them, sometimes they will send pain or imbalances out to other extremities, and those will be experienced as pain. So some symptoms of imbalances that people experience that they might just think, they haven't even thought of it as being an imbalance. This kind of like in our class, our holistic health practitioner program, when we went over the types of imbalances in class, many of the students were shocked because they either have those symptoms or their children have those symptoms, and they never actually thought of them as being a sign of an imbalance. So some of those imbalances could include dark circles under the eyes, or cravings, sinus problems, joint and muscle dysfunction, headaches, coughing, rashes, emotional or behavioral problems, especially for children. You might notice that. Respiratory problems, mood swings, food sensitivities, hay fever, low energy. So all of those are signs of an immune system whose function is being diminished by some kind of imbalance. We're not meant to be sick, right? Type S in the comments if you've experienced any of those symptoms recently. And, like I said, sometimes people get just so used to having them that they think that it's part of life, but it's not. We're not meant to be sick. Many folks enjoy supreme health and well-being, and if you're not, then it's good to kind of investigate what you're doing. What are your daily practices? What have you been doing? What should you be doing more of? So it doesn't feel good when we're unbalanced or experiencing imbalances, however, or off balance, however you want to say it. Does it, right? It doesn't feel good when we're experiencing those imbalances. So if you can relate, type I in the comments for imbalances. And this whole month of February, we're going to actually be exploring types of imbalances and where they might be originating from. Now that we've identified what some of those imbalances might look like, over the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about each specific imbalance. And I'll tell you next week what the first one is and how we can alleviate these symptoms by correcting these imbalances. And like I said, for the whole month of February, that's what we're going to be doing. So next week we'll explore the first one, first type. The week after that, it'll be the second type, and the third one, it will be the last week, it'll be the third type. How does that sound? Does that sound good? Awesome. So when I was trying to think of what we could have for this month's series, I was trying to think, and if you guys ever have any, or y'all, any of you have any ideas of what you might like us to talk about on the show, we're always open to hearing what you're interested in learning about. So you can either type it in the comments of one of the shows, or you can always reach out to us with a direct message if you have any ideas. And we're actually having a Valentine's Day sale on the website, off 10% off all CBD products. You can go to naturesmysteries.com to enjoy some of that. To enjoy some of those savings. If you have your loved ones experiencing any pain, insomnia, or anxiety, or you could take the 10% off any one of our 5 retreats that we have planned for this year. They're not all for women, so you should go to naturesmysteries.com and check it out. There's 2 that are for women, and then there's 3 that aren't, that are just for everyone is welcome. And we'd love to have you join us for that. So like I said, you can go to naturesmysteries.com and either take advantage of those 10% off savings on CBD products, or surprise your sweetie with a retreat somewhere. So I want to thank everyone for tuning in this evening and taking the time to learn about imbalances. And tonight we went over the symptoms of imbalances, like we said, and then over the next few weeks we're going to be talking about those types of imbalances and ways that we can correct them. So thank you so much for joining us and discovering the essence of plant medicine. Take care.